Fun fact, the only time Squidward has ever taken a win in the history of SpongeBob SquarePants is in the episode Band Geeks. And that's really about it, unless you count the time Squidward went bankrupt and lost his house just to win one teddy bear at the claw game. Aside from that, Squidward has been the show's punching bag since its inception, and his misfortune has only gotten worse and worse over the course of the show's lifespan. This misfortune was a bit more reasonable in the earlier seasons, usually happening after Squidward did something mean, like when he made fun of SpongeBob and Patrick for the magic conch shell, only to come begging for food and being denied when the shell actually delivered. There are countless other examples like this. Squidward's karma is usually, well, just that, karma. But as the show went on, he just started to become a punching bag for the sake of comedy. In some episodes, this works to great effect, like when Squidward was trying to sell his house and convinced SpongeBob it was opposite day to get him to shut up, only for SpongeBob and Patrick to ruin his appointment with the real estate agent by pretending to be the opposite of themselves, Squidward himself. In other episodes, you can't help feeling a little bad for Squidward, as all he wants to do is enjoy his life, play some music, and create art, and any attempt to do so is interrupted in some way by two neighbors that he can't get rid of. One being his coworker to make matters worse. I don't know about you, but if I had to work with someone that I hate every day, and then come home to that same person next door to me, raising hell at seemingly all hours of my existence, I'd probably be on the verge of snapping too. It's for this reason that I see Squidward as a sort of tragic character. Just once, I want to see him get what he wants. To enjoy a day off, or go to a concert, or even just get away from SpongeBob for a day. I think Steven Hillenburg felt the same way, and that sentiment is the reason why Band Geeks was written. See, in this show, there are plenty of characters that get on Squidward's nerves, but nobody who gets under his skin quite like Squilliam Fancyson. This guy being the only other named squid character we see on the show, naturally there is a problem between the two. And this is never more clear than in the Band Geeks episode. The plot is rather simple. Squidward is at home, playing his clarinet when he gets a knock at the door from Dr. Gilliam. The doctor says that he received a call about a dying animal at Squidward's house. This caller is shortly revealed to be Squilliam. Knowing that Squidward works at the Krusty Krab and most definitely does not have a band, Squilliam mockingly asks Squidward to take his place at the Bubble Bowl. As always when it comes to Squilliam, Squidward can't let his rival win one over him that easily. And he lies that he doesn't work at the Krusty Krab and does have a band. Squilliam laughs at this and drops one of my favorite memes to come out of the show.
I hope the audience brings lots of ibuprofen.
A bit later on, we see practically the entirety of Bikini Bottom at band rehearsal, all holding instruments they don't know how to play, and asking questions that only the intellectually challenged would have.
Is mayonnaise an instrument?
After a few attempts at whipping the band into shape, and the band devolving into chaos and violence each time, Squidward gives up, accepts defeat, and runs out of the room crying. It's only at this point that the band truly starts to shape up, as SpongeBob realizes how important this is to Squidward and aims to get it done for him. One of the only times in the show to this point that we've seen SpongeBob act with any semblance of emotional intelligence. At the end of the episode, Squidward sees Squilliam at the Bubble Bowl, who says he came to watch Squidward fail, and asks where his band is. Squidward tries to lie and say that his entire band died, but then they are revealed to be right behind him the whole time. The band goes out onto the bubble stage and begins to play, and the last 5 minutes of the episode feature one of the most iconic musical moments in cartoon history. Sweet Victory, featuring SpongeBob as an early 2000s style singer. I always loved this episode, as like I said before, it's one of the only times in the show that Squidward ever actually gets a win, and it isn't immediately torn from him or otherwise nullified by the end of the episode. And there are countless examples of this, of course, but the one that immediately comes to mind is the 5-star restaurant episode. To recap quickly, at the top of the episode, Squidward runs into Squilliam, hanging out with a group of yes fish outside of the Krusty Krab. Squilliam and his yes fish make fun of Squidward for being a fast food employee the moment they see him, and Squilliam asks Squidward what he has accomplished since high school. Squidward, as per usual when dealing with Squilliam, makes up a lie that he owns a 5-star restaurant, prompting Squilliam to make a reservation for that night for him and all of his friends. Naturally, they plan to expose Squidward for being a liar, and of course, we as the audience, knowing Squidward, are just waiting for how this exposure is going to happen. Well, it definitely does happen, but not before Squidward almost pulls it off. After forcibly training SpongeBob to become a 5-star chef and waiter, SpongeBob transforms the Krusty Krab into, by all appearances, a bona fide 5-star restaurant. At first, everything goes well, and Squilliam is shocked. But cracks start to show, as SpongeBob literally forgot everything in order to be the perfect waiter, and starts having a mental breakdown the moment he's asked for his name. During this meltdown, SpongeBob reverts back to his normal self and destroys the Krusty Krab in the process. Or at least, its 5-star restaurant facade. It is soon revealed to the dinner party at large that Squidward is in fact a cashier at a fast food joint, and he becomes a laughingstock. What was almost a great victory against his worst rival became a brutal humiliation, and at the end of the episode, Squidward is just left as a punchline. As a kid, this was all totally hilarious, and Squidward's usual treatment of SpongeBob and Patrick made him deserving in my eyes. As an adult, looking back, I really feel bad for Squidward. Can't the guy get what he wants just once? Well, I guess he did get one, didn't he? Can't the guy get what he wants just twice? What do you think? Is Squidward supposed to be a punching bag? Or does he deserve more love than he's given by his creators and the characters around him? Leave a comment letting me know, and consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel if you want to see more videos like this one. Thank you so much for watching, and take it easy.